Hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn how to add student in Uteach course for Instamojo sale. I want that whenever a new product is purchased in Instamojo, automatically the person who have made the payment should be added in the form of a student for a particular course in my Uteach account. So how we are going to do this process automatically and effortlessly? For that we will have to integrate Instamojo with Uteach, and to do the same we are going to use Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. Now what we are going to do, we have Instamojo in our trigger and Uteach in our action. So we will be connecting both of them by using Pabbly Connect in such a way that whenever a product will be purchased in Instamojo, automatically first the user will get search in Uteach, and after that automatically it will be added in the form of a student for a particular course in Uteach. Now to learn the entire process step by step, let me take you all to my screen. So in this video, we are going to learn that whenever a product is purchased in Instamojo, automatically by using the details of the purchase made, a new student should be enrolled in Uteach for a particular course. Okay, so let's start learning this process step by step. First of all, in order to create the workflow, we have to come on our browser and then we have to search for pabbly.com/connect. And when we do that, we will come on the landing page of this software. Here we can find two options, sign in and sign up for free. So if you're a new user, you have to click on sign up for free button to create your free new account, and it will take only 2 minutes. Also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks to explore this amazing software. Because I'm already an existing user, therefore I'm clicking on sign in. After coming on all apps section, we can find all the products offered by Pabbly. To create this workflow, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. As we do that, it will take us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here we can find all the workflows which we create, and to create a new workflow we have to click on this create workflow option given on right corner. So let's click on it, and now a dialog box has appeared in front of us which is asking us to provide this workflow a suitable name. So let's give it a name as Create Student in Teachable for Instamojo Sale, and after giving the name to the workflow, let's click on create. As we do that, we can find two windows are open in front of us. First is a trigger and the other is action. So what are trigger and actions? Trigger and actions are the basic principles or the basic concepts on which the entire workflow of this automation runs. Here we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can have multiple actions as we want. The trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards the trigger. Let's understand trigger and action once again with the example of this workflow. Here we are going to take Instamojo in our trigger and Uteach in our action, and we want that whenever a new sale is done for a particular product, automatically by using the details of the purchase, a new user or a new student should be created for a particular course in Uteach. Okay, so here our action is a response towards our trigger. Let's start creating this workflow. First of all, we have to select our trigger application, which is going to be Instamojo. Let's select it, and now we have to select our trigger event, which is obviously new sale. So here we can find a webhook URL is provided to us along with some instructions which we have to follow in order to connect our Instamojo account with Pabbly Connect. So we will first of all copy this webhook URL from here, and now I will tell you exactly what we are supposed to do in order to connect this webhook URL. Okay, so I will take you to my Instamojo dashboard, and after coming on dashboard, we have to go on products option from the left side, and then we have to select the product which we want to select. So I want to select this PHP for beginner course, so I am selecting it. We will open it, and here after coming on this course from the left side we can find the option of advanced. So let's select the advanced settings, and after that we have to scroll down, and here we will find the option of webhook. So we will paste our webhook URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect here in this field. Done. Click on save, and our webhook is set up successfully. Now what we are supposed to do, we will go back on Pabbly Connect, and here it is showing waiting for webhook response. That means we have to do a test submission. So how we are going to do that? For that we have to make a purchase from our Instamojo store for this particular course in order to capture the response there in Pabbly Connect. So what I'm going to do, I will open this course, and here from the given link view on store we will click on it, and now we will make a purchase for this course. Okay, I will click on buy now, and now I will enter dummy details over here in order to make the payment. So first of all, let's start with first name. So I'm going to enter the first name as test and the last name as user. Okay, so here the name is test user. In the email ID I'm going to use test090@pabblytudes.com, just a random one. And now let's enter a contact number. Done. Click on review and pay, and I will click on make payment in order to make the payment here. Okay, so here we can find that a QR code is provided to us. Now what we are going to do, we are going to scan this code, and I will make the payment here. So as I have made the payment, we can find that our response is successful now. Thank you for your purchase. Check your WhatsApp number to download the file. So our purchase is made. Now we will go back on Pabbly Connect, and here we can find that we have received the response. So by using this response, now we are going to create a new student in our Uteach for a particular course. Okay, so for that, what we are going to do, first of all, I want to search this customer who have made the payment, whether this particular person already exists in the form of a user in our Uteach account or not. After that, if this particular person will be an existing user of Uteach, then I want that automatically it should be enrolled for a particular course. But if this person will not be an existing user of Uteach, then I want to add first of all them in the form of a user, and then after I want to add them for a particular course. So how we are going to do that? For that, first of all, let's select our action application as Uteach. And we will first search this user, okay, in Uteach. So for that, I'm going to use the action event as find user, because we are going to find this user by using the email. Okay, click on connect, and from the given options, let's select add new connection, because we are making up the connection for the first time. So here we have to enter two details, domain and API key. So from where we are going to find both the details. For that, we have to go on our Uteach account, and under settings section, we will find both the details. Okay, so let me take you to my Uteach account. This is my Uteach account, and here we will go on the dashboard from our profile section. After coming on dashboard, we have to go on settings section. Under settings, we can find integrations, so we will click on it, and after coming on integrations, we can find several options. So we have to select this tab Pabbly Connect, and on it we are provided with the two details, API key and domain for Pabbly. So first of all, let's copy domain for Pabbly, and we will paste it over here, and then we will again go on the account of Uteach, and we will copy the API key. Okay, so let's copy the API key and we will paste it over here. Click on save, and our Uteach account is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect. Now what we are supposed to do, we have to enter one of the two details. Okay, so either we have to enter user ID, and if we have not received the user ID from our previous response, then we have to use the user email. Okay, so one of the two steps is mandatory. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use user email because I have not received user ID. So we are going to use the step of mapping from our previous step, that is inserting data from previous step. So we will use mapping here. We can find that email is given over here. So I have mapped it. Click on save and send test request, and we have received the response along with the user ID. That means this particular user already exists in Uteach account. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we will move further for our next action step. We will click on this plus sign and add one more action step, and here we are going to apply router, which is a feature by Pabbly. Why? Because I want to create two routes here. First route will be for the existing users of Uteach, and the next route will be for non-existing user of Uteach. I want that if the particular person will be an existing user of Uteach, that is, if we have received the ID of that user, then by using that ID, I want that the user should directly be enrolled in PHP course. But if that particular person is not an existing user of Uteach, then I want that first it should be added in the form of a user in Uteach account, and then after that a next step should also be added, which will be to enroll the student for PHP course. Okay, therefore we are going to use router here. Okay, so first of all, let's rename the route. For the first route, I'm going to enter exist, and for the next route, I'm going to enter not exist. Okay, done. So because router is the last step of every workflow, therefore we have to apply action and filter under this route only. Okay, so we will click on this set filter and action step. And here, first of all, I will use filter because I want to create one condition, which will be if this particular user, I am going to map the ID here. If this particular user exists in Uteach, then let us see whether the condition is true or not. So here, because this person already exists in the form of a user in Uteach, so the condition is true. Then I want to add one more step, which is going to be directly adding this student for a particular course. Okay, so we will use Uteach here in our action application, and in our action event we are going to use add student to course, because this person is already an existing user of Uteach, so we will directly add him to course. Okay, connect, and we will go with the existing connection because we have already created one connection earlier. Click on save, And here we have to enter the email of the student and course slug. So first of all, let's map the email of the student by using this previous response. So we will use the response which we have received through Instamojo, and we will map the data. So why we are mapping the data instead of entering them manually? Because we want that whenever a new response is captured in Pabbly Connect, automatically these fields should be replaced with a new response. That is, these fields should be replaced with the new details of the customer. But if we will enter the details manually instead of mapping, then the data will become static and it will not change with every new response. Then the workflow will get stuck. Okay. So in order to automate the entire process, we use the step of mapping here. Okay. Now let's enter the course slug. So what is this course slug? To find this, we have to go on the course which we want to select in our Uteach account. So here I'm on my Uteach account, and now I will go on the courses, and here this is the course PHP for beginners. I want to use this particular course, so I will open it, and from the top URL we can find that after the last dash the full name of the course is given. So this is our course slug. Okay, so we will copy it and we will simply paste it over here. Done. Click on save and send test request. So we have received the response along with the user ID. That means this particular person is now added in PHP for beginner course. Okay, so we will cross this and we will move towards our next route. Okay, now this route is for non-existing users of Uteach. Okay, so what we are going to do, we will apply the filter. I'm going to use this ID, that this particular person, if does not exist in Uteach, then I want to, let's click on save and send test requests and check for the response. So it is error because the condition is false. Okay, so I want that if this particular person does not exist in the form of a user in Uteach, then I want that first of all it should be added as user. So we will add one more action step here and we will use Uteach. Okay, in our action event, we will first create the student in Uteach, click on connect, and we will go with the existing connection only. So we have to enter the two details here, name and the email. So let's map the name from the previous response. So this is the name, we have mapped it, and the next is email. So we will also map the email. Done. Click on save and send test request. So now we have again received the response. That means if this particular person does not exist in Teachable, then first it will be added in the form of a student, and after that it will be added or it will be enrolled for PHP course. Okay, so now we will again take Uteach in our action application, and for our action event this time we have to select add student to course. Now we are going to add this student who is recently created in Uteach for a particular course. Okay, connect, we will go with the existing connection, and again we have to enter two details, student email and course slug. So we will use our previous response and the course slug. As I have told you, from where we have to find our course slug. So this is my course, and on the top URL we can find the full name of the course. So we will copy it and we will paste it over here. Okay, click on save and send test request, and we have again received the response. Now we will go back on our Uteach account, and after coming on dashboard we will check for the users. Okay, so first of all let's go on student section, and here we can find that yes, a new student is created over here with the name as test user and along with the email. So we will check on student learning section that this particular student is enrolled for PHP for beginner course. Okay, along with the ID. Now we will check this workflow in our real time. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make one more payment in Instamojo for the same course, and after that we are going to check in Uteach whether the person who was not an existing user or not an existing student of Uteach get enrolled for PHP course or not. Okay, so we are going to check the workflow in real time. Again I'm going to make a payment. So we will click on this view on store and I will click on buy now. I will enter random details. So I'm going to use the name as random name. Okay, for the email ID I'm going to use random89@pabblytuts.com, just a dummy detail, and for the phone number I'm going to enter a random contact number. Okay, review and pay, and I will click on make payment. Again we will make a payment over here, and we can find that our transaction is successful. Now we will go back on Uteach and we will check for a new user there for PHP for beginner course. Okay, So here I am again on my Uteach account, and under student section, I will refresh the page once. And here we can find that yes, a new student is created over here with the name as random name and the same email which we have entered while making the payment in Instamojo. Okay, so now we are going to check this particular student with whether it has been added for PHP course or not. So we will go on student learning, and here we can find that yes, this student with the name as random name is enrolled for PHP for beginner course. That means our workflow is perfectly successful. Okay, so what we have done in this workflow, we have created a route because we want to create a condition for enrolling the students in a particular course. Okay, so what we have done, we have connected Instamojo with Uteach in such a way that now whenever a new sale will be done in Instamojo, automatically first the user will get searched in Uteach, and if that particular user will be an existing user or an existing student in Uteach, then automatically it will be added for a particular course in Uteach. Okay, but if this person will not be an existing student of Uteach, then first of all it will be added in the form of a student of Uteach, and after that it will be enrolled for the course. Now this was a full workflow, and these were the steps which we have to follow in order to create this workflow. So this was it in this video. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can easily integrate many other applications by using Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can easily email us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can easily reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you are having any pricing related issue with Pabbly Connect, you can easily reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful in any way, do not forget to share it with your friends. And also, please like our videos and subscribe to our channel to learn more such automation.